Hello, today I'm going to teach you how to properly tear down a room. This is very important, especially for us assistants. We're constantly doing it in between every single patient, every single day, and there's proper protocol to it. So let's jump into it. First, we'll start with the tear down process. You'll come into a room, it'll look similar to this, messy, things kind of strewn everywhere. We have our tray just kind of laying sideways, keyboard sitting there. This part looks pretty neat, but then you head over to our extended tray and you can see instruments everywhere, and obviously it's been used. And in this example, the iTero was used, so we'll go over how to properly clean that. So first we'll start by getting rid of anything that's disposable, anything that's plastic or empty. Make sure we're checking the floors, making sure that there's no composite carpules or sonic fill, cotton rolls, micro brushes on the floor. Also making sure that we dispose of any of the tips that we had used during the procedure. In this case, we are showing that we used Viscostat and CompCore, which is a buildup material. So just get rid of the tips, keep the syringes and wipe them down before placing new tips on. This is a sonic fill. It was empty, so we're gonna throw all of that into the trash before organizing our tray. When organizing our tray, we want to make sure that this is what it roughly looks like before leaving the room, before going into sterilization, just to make the process smoother. Right here, I'm taking all of my instruments off the extended tray. And then we'll take the slow speed off by turning the top notch counterclockwise. You will feel it snap and it should easily come off. And then the high speed, you just kind of pull off. Right here, I'm taking the burr off of the high speed by placing the back of my thumb on the head of the handpiece and gently pulling the burr out of place. It is friction grip, so it's not going to come out if you try to pull and tug on it without pressing on the head. And then on the slow speed, it's a latch type, so you just move the latch out of place and you're able to release the burr. And make sure we put these back into the burr blocks, and also inspect the burrs on the burr block. Make sure that none of them need replaced, and if they do, please replace them. Here I'm just removing the actual air water syringe from the air water. There are two circles on the air water syringe. There's the outer circle and the inner circle. On one hand, use your thumbnail to press the outer circle, and then on the other hand, gently remove the air water syringe. Here we're ready to organize our tray. It's important to note that there are three parts to the tray. There's the left, right, and the middle. We'll start with the left side and put all of our working instruments on this side. This is a scaler. This is great for flicking away any excess material. Next we have the spoon excavator, which is great for removing temporaries or burnishing. And then we have our ball burnisher, which is also great for burnishing, especially with fillings, or even condensing. You'll see some of the FDAs or doctors using it. Lastly, we have our two most important working instruments, especially when it comes to fillings. So first we have our flat, which is great for shaping and maneuvering any fillings. And then lastly, we have the condenser. This is used in every single filling appointment, regardless of what you're doing. Now we're going to move on into the middle of our tray. So this is where we store our bite block. We need 2 of the air water syringes, 2 Toffelmeyers. These are used for filling appointments mostly, and bands and stuff. And then a pair of Miller's forceps or articulating forceps, whatever you want to call them, for articulating paper. Moving on to the right side of the cassette. This is where we keep 2 cotton pliers, also 2 mouth mirrors, just in case, one falls on the floor, one breaks, and an explorer. And this is how I set up my cassettes. I just find it to be the most efficient way. Just in case I'm missing anything, I'm able to identify that quickly, replace anything as needed. We'll get into the stuff that goes on the top. So we'll start with a pair of hemostats. This is great for grabbing anything in the mouth, anything lodged in between teeth, or removing temporaries. I'm also missing a pair of scissors here, which I'll grab in sterilization. We have our full burr block and our anesthetic syringe, which I will show you how to take apart. So you'll grab up here, not down there. Grab from the very top, or else you will get a needle stick and that will be no fun. As I'm twisting the needle off, I'm applying gentle pressure towards the syringe so the cap doesn't come flying off when I pull it off. And then you'll take the other cap and position it into a place where you can just use the scoop method to close off the needle. Now, to remove the actual carpule, we're going to twist the top of the syringe, gently pulling so that the stopper stays in the carpule until it comes out. If you just pull on the syringe, it's going to be a whole anesthetic mess. Also make sure that we dispose the needles and carpules in the proper sharps container. We'll take our anesthetic syringe, position it in the middle of our cassette and close it up. And we are ready to take this to sterilization. Also, please refer to my other videos for how to do sterilization. Now we're ready to wipe down the room. We're going to use our EPA approved Cabicide to wipe down everything in the room. You want to wipe down anything you have touched, the doctor has touched, the patient has touched. You want to wipe down all of the lines, the suctions, and the chair. When it comes to wiping down the iTero, you want to do it very gently. Wipe the handle, wipe the screen very lightly. Do not spray the screen directly, you will ruin it. Now, when wiping the wand, you want to stay away from the sensor, which is what I'm pointing to, and stay away from the fans. It will ruin the sensor and the calibration if you wipe down those parts. So just wipe what you touched, gently remove the covering, and do not, absolutely do not touch the black part of the wand. It will completely destroy the iTero, and these cost a lot of money. And as a reminder, everything is spray, wipe, spray according to OSHA standards. So we'll spray down everything once more before putting everything away. Also during this time, we're going to replace any tips as needed. In this case, I have an etchant syringe here that we are going to place a tip on. It just makes everything more efficient and moves smoothly. We'll revisit the iTero, taking a brand new cover, opening the actual plastic part and slipping it on. Leave the plastic coating on because it shows that it's clean. And now you are ready to set up your room, which there are several videos available to you. If you have any questions about anything regarding this video, the teardown process, any questions about disinfectants, anything you are questioning disposing, or any instruments, let somebody know and we'd be happy to guide you. Otherwise, this is how to tear down a room, and thank you for watching.